Making sure the microphone was on. Okay, so the other day, yesterday, I did well, I spoke about when I wanted to upload or use this video, my spiritual awakening, what happened to me, what was the process, what happened. So those of you who are going through a spiritual awakening, interested about spiritual awakenings, or who have been through one, this will just help you better understand the process and certain things that happen throughout, like the beginning part, in the beginning stages of the journey. But I went ahead and got the episode from Like Magic. I had it up here. I gotta re-upload it for some reason. But I'm gonna go ahead and let that play today. It's about 30 minutes long, so it's not too long. So hopefully this live will be shorter. I don't really want to do too much of a discussion after this video. Just go ahead and get it up here, get it out, and then bam. But we'll see, because I changed my mind a lot. I'm not bipolar. We gonna really speak about how a lot of these mental illnesses and stuff aren't mental. It's the same thing with regular illnesses. All of this shit is not real. It's energy, but we gonna talk about that later. That's not what we talking about today. Anyway, let's hop into this video, audio, or whatever the hell. I gotta find it though. Oh, there you go. And welcome to Like Magic. I'm your host, Taria Davis, and today we're going to be discussing my spiritual awakening. Episodes 1 through 3 mostly talked about other people's spiritual awakenings, what they thought about spiritual awakenings, but I never really went into depth about what a spiritual awakening meant to me and actually what happened to me. So that's what I plan to do today. When I was growing up, I was always drawn to the metaphysical, like science fiction and like the universe and stars and shit. Like I was always drawn into that type of stuff, superhero movies and superhero TV shows. And what was the name of that show? Bewitched, Lucy, Doctor Strange. But at the same time, I grew up in church. So I was a Christian, and not only did I grow up in the church, I was also a volunteer in the church. And I also was in what do you call those? What do you call those? A youth ministry group or something. I think that's what you call them. I was in a youth ministry group. We did volunteer work through them too. We a spiritual retreat. But with all that being said, I was still drawn to like this other side of things. In church, I mean, I wouldn't say church didn't seem magical, but it just, I'm not trying to use a spiritual word to describe church, but it didn't resonate. And that's what like really pulled me more into like the science fiction side of life, because I knew that there was something greater, but what they were telling me at church, it just wasn't clicking with me. It didn't really make sense. I had too many questions and none of them were getting answered the way I needed them to get answered. So I guess that's part of why all this started happening to me. But I was always a loner. I didn't like really being around too many people.
I mean, now I see why, and we're going to talk about that in later episodes with more people, but I never really had a large group of friends. If I had a group of friends, I would literally have 2 friends and that's it. Besides the me not getting the truth that I was looking for in church, I believe a few other instances or experiences helped push me down this spiritual path. I was what you would consider a karmic, and once again, that's something else we're going to talk about in later episodes. But I wasn't in touch with my emotions like at all. I lacked empathy. I didn't really give a fuck about other people's feelings. And I mean, growing up, I was a loner. I was weird, but I wasn't mean. I was always nice to people. It's like once I hit 14, 15, I don't know. I just changed. I would say probably because I don't know, you just get sick of the behavior of those around you. And just like now, like this was back then before I even went through a spiritual awakening, you are this certain type of person and you're surrounded by these other type of people, and it's almost like it's hard to be who you truly are around these people. And it just I guess after a while it just got to me to the point where I didn't care anymore and I just started doing whatever. And I would say that labeled me as a karmic. I didn't have boundaries. Like I would let people walk all over me. I didn't have self-respect. If I'm being honest, like completely 100% honest, I didn't love myself at all. Like I'm like, I didn't even find myself attractive. I was really, really messed up. Um, and during that, it led me to another experience which pushed me further into my awakening, which was, like I said, before I became this karmic individual, whatever. I was a good person. I just wasn't able to really show it because of the environments I was in, right? But I met this dude in college, and he was just like really, really nice, and not like the suck up kind of nice, the I'm trying to sleep with you kind of nice. Like he was genuinely the sweetest person I've ever met in my life. He was just so nice. And I had a crush on him too, but we're not talking about that right now. But anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about that right now, but I ended up doing some really shady things. And if they weren't intentional, I was in a dark place and I didn't understand what was happening at the time. I'm just going to be honest. Yeah, I said I had a crush on him, but he had feelings for me at the time, but I didn't know. I thought it was, um, honestly, I'm like, I don't see why he would want anything to do with me. So that brought me to the conclusion, like, he don't want nothing to do with me. I'm just making this up in my head. And yeah, so I started acting out from those thoughts. And long story short, I was leaving out of my dorm room with another guy, and he saw me, and it's like from that day forward, our friendship just, I'm not gonna say got weird. It's like he tried to avoid me, and he started ignoring me, and I started kind of acting crazy because I'm like, no, like you were the sweetest person in my life, like you can't just leave, like what the fuck. And then it just made like him, yeah. So that really caused me to take a look at who I was as a person, what the fuck I was really doing with my life, because I could honestly say I didn't really have any real friends or anybody that really had genuine intentions towards me and for me. And he did. And I fucked that up because of my thought process. So that really, really helped my spiritual awakening, because Jesus, I was heartless before. Like with him, I cared. Like it actually hurt my feelings to see him that day and to be with that dude at the same time. I was like, oh my God, like this is not happening. But if that happened with anybody else, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. Like if I was with him and the dude that I was with, that he called me with, and he saw me, I wouldn't have gave a fuck. If I'm being so honest, I wouldn't have cared. But yeah, that's the type of person I was, and I felt like meeting him pulled me out of that, and it needed to, because that is not, you do not treat people like that. Anyway, that sent me into a deep depression. Already, I was in college with little to no support. I didn't like, and I was like, at that time, I was already going through depression. I had dealt with depression before. I had dealt with anxiety before. I had been hospitalized before, and I wasn't really receiving the support from family that I needed to for that situation. And I was in school trying to do all this, and it was too much. And then that situation happened, and I literally could not handle life. And I gave up. I just started drinking and smoking all the time. Fuck school, fuck studying. I don't care. I just don't want to feel pain anymore. And I literally just, yeah, I got kicked out. I got kicked out. Like, they literally kicked. They didn't technically say, "Oh, you can't come back," but they was like, "Well, after this semester, you have to go home, go to a community college, bring your GPA up, and then you can come back." And I never, like, we don't talk about that later on, but these are other issues. But that sent me into another episode of retrospection. Like, okay, I fucked this dude over. I was so petty towards him, and then I fucked up my chance for a good education, all because I can't make the right fucking decisions. But that wasn't the full story behind it, but that was like what I basically got from it during that time. And eventually I ended up having, like, I didn't have any choice but to let this dude go. So I let it go. Like, I even gonna get started on that right now. But anyway, right before I made that mistake that just ruined everything, I actually had my, like, full blown spiritual awakening. What the fuck is happening to me moment. I said before that I've always been into, like, superhero movies and stuff like that. And Doctor Strange was coming out, and this is the first Doctor Strange, and I was just so excited. I don't know, like, it was like, oh my god, I cannot wait to see this. Oh my god, it looks so raw. But like I said, I was always drawn to stuff like that, and it was like, oh my god, I wonder if I could do that one day. I wonder if that's possible. Like, so I eventually was able to watch it, and I remember that night I watched it. Shit got so weird. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. How do I explain this? So I hope everybody who is gonna hear this or is listening on the live have watched Doctor Strange, or at least know what goes on in the movie. I don't know. But you know, when you close your eyes and it's just like it's just black. It's just black nothing, just black nothingness, right? This night, after watching that movie, I closed my eyes, bro. I'm so serious. But that same black space that I would normally see when I close my eyes, it would normally it would be like, you can sense that it's not vast. It's only the space within your head. Like, it's just a small contained space. And that's what it always seemed like. But that night I was trying to go to sleep, and it, like, that small space, like it always was there, and it just blew open. And I'm like, I was so scared. Like, it went from being like this black space that's around the size of my head to this black space where I cannot find the end to. And after that, then I started seeing all these colorful ass lights. And this is with my eyes closed, trying to fall asleep. And it was just bright neon lights. And I'm like, what is going on? Am I dying? Is this what dying feels like? I honestly thought I was dying. But I got myself together, and I'm like, okay, a lot of this stuff, this is, oh my God, the movie. And then I started thinking about all the stuff that, I think her name was the Ancient One, was saying to Doctor Strange. And I remember seeing the book with the chakra system like that. For some reason, that still is like, I can see the picture so clearly still to this day. Like, that stuck out to me. Like, bam. But that's when oh my God, it did not get easier from there. It did not get less scary from there. It did not get any normal. Like, my life has not been normal since that fucking night. I woke up the next day and I'm so serious. I was no longer able to eat meat. It's just my body had gave up the ability to accept meat for some reason. I tried to eat some nachos that I had just bought the night before. I ate one or two chips and went to sleep. And I got back up the next day and I tried to eat them and instantly threw it up. And then I tried to eat, I think it was some tacos, and then later on that day, and then I threw that up too. But I wasn't sick. And I'm like, why can't I keep, what is going on? To be honest, I still don't realize, maybe it was a download, but I don't know what brought me to the conclusion, like, I can't eat meat. But my body just was not having it. But I didn't have any problem with vegetables. So that happened. I'm telling you, like, this is nothing is normal about this. Nothing is simple about this. And I know it sounds crazy. And that's the reason for this podcast, because I want other people to know that they are not crazy, that this is actually a real thing, that this actually happens to people. Anyway, when shit started going down, I mean, down, the chakra system thing, I spoke about remembering the picture from the book in the Doctor Strange third eye scene. Kundalini awakening, we're going to talk about that in later episodes, but it's basically your chakra system coming online. And that was happening to me. And I literally felt bursts of energy throughout my body. And I'm like, it feels like I thought I was possessed by a fucking demon or something. Because, in movies, it's like whatever the spirit or whatever comes from your chest or whatever, I guess. But I literally felt energy rising from like the bottom of my back all the way up. And I didn't know what was going on at the time. So I honestly thought I was possessed, for real. So I had my mother move into my room and sleep in my bed with me for about a month and a half, because I was scared. I was scared to be alone. I didn't know what the fuck was going on to me. With me, to me, around me. Oh my God. And then stuff started randomly catching on fire and blowing up around me. And that's like, that was like, that's still kind of hard to accept now, because that's wild. It's just weird, really, really weird instances. So after all this stuff started happening around me, it was time to research. It was time to figure out what was actually going on. I needed answers, like right now. I need to know what the hell is going on with me, because they was not talking about this in church. So during this deep dive, I started researching spiritual awakenings, Kundalini awakenings, astral projection, spiritual powers, universal powers, third eye opening, the pineal gland. Once I started learning more about how the gland worked and how I need to change my diet to decalcify my pineal gland, we're going to talk about that in later episodes. I actually need to add that to my topic list. It gets kind of weird talking about it, even telling people, like, talking to anybody about this. It's really weird. Like, expressing, hey, everything that you think you know, you do not know. Everything that you think is real is not real. For real. Like, I thought this before all of this spiritual stuff started happening to me, and now I have like 500,000% proof that it's just. But anyway, I started practicing manipulation of energy. There was this video that was teaching about Reiki healing, and it was talking about praying and setting your intentions and picturing a ball of energy in between your hands and shaping it into the point where you actually feel the energy between your hands, and your hands start to heat up and stuff like that. I started doing those type of practices. I started building my intuition, or the word I don't like to use, my psychic abilities, like basically guessing stuff, but always being right. Example, I remember while I was still in that apartment, I was in my mother's room and we were watching TV. My sister came in. She was emotional. She said she was hungry, but she didn't know what she wanted to eat. I touched her stomach and I saw a picture of a taco. I didn't say anything though, because this is when I like, how do I tell my family that this crazy shit is happening to me? But after she stopped crying, she's like, I want some tacos. I look at her and I'm like, are you serious? She was like, yeah, what? But that was one of the instances where I practiced my psychic abilities. My brother was around me a lot during this time because I smoked weed, he smoked weed. So we have our sessions in my room because I built my room after the spiritual awakening. I needed to feel safe. And I started learning about spirits and stuff and people carrying bad spirits and stuff. So I made sure to clean the energy in my room. Feng Shui is a real thing. I got everything together. So it always felt fresh and free. And like people actually, I've had guests come over and they're like, it just feels so free and clean in your room. Yes, because I keep the energy up in here because this is where I have to fucking sleep. But I would practice stuff with him, like with cards. He had him pull a card and I try to guess it, or have him guess a number and have him think of a number and I guess it. Stuff like that, just small stuff, because I wasn't really sure what was going on. But over time, I eventually started realizing that, because when I first started going through this journey and then like extraordinary things started happening to me and around me, a lot of videos and a lot of different blogs and a lot of different people kept saying, well, you'll be able to do this, but you won't be able to do that. That's not really real. That's science fiction. That's fake. That's exaggerations. And I honestly believe that. And once I stopped believing that, shit actually started happening for real, for real. Like, no, that's not fake. That's a real thing. That's not fake. That's a real thing. That's not fake. That's also a real thing. Um, I got one more example I wanted to add before I got into closing. Um, Another, like, one of the scariest parts, the scariest experiences I had at the beginning of my journey was I went to hang out with my brothers at my brother's apartment, which was down the street from where I was at. And we were playing some game on his PlayStation. I don't remember, but some dude came over and he was speaking to everybody. He seemed nice. But once he left, I asked my oldest brother, I'm like, who was that? And then he's like, oh, that's so and so. And I'm like, I just got a real bad vibe when he was up in here. And I'm like, ugh, I was just telling him, like, I just didn't feel right around him. And then my brother was like, oh, he's cool, he's good. He's been around for a long time. He known y'all when y'all was babies and this, that, and the other. So I'm like, okay, cool. A few days later, I found out that he was killed, actually, like in a terrible type of way. And I instantly thought, like, I felt death on him. I felt death emanating from him. And that's like so creepy, because it's like, they always say with great power comes great responsibility, but that's something I wasn't ready for. I didn't even know I was actually psychic yet. And it was just, could I have saved his life? Could I have done anything to stop that? I don't know. And because I didn't know what was going on at the time. So that's something that still bothers me. And if I'm going to be honest, I try to block out stuff like that, because I don't want to know when stuff like that is going to happen to somebody. I don't want to be the person that has to live with that on their conscience. And then I've been in situations where I have dreams about stuff, or I have quote unquote visions. We're going to talk about that in later episodes too. And I try to tell people about it or warn people, and they always look at me like I'm crazy. And it just, I don't know, it makes me not want to help people. Because yeah, I have been wrong sometimes. I'm really having a hard time explaining this in human terms. Like, how do I explain this to people who don't technically know what I'm talking about? But that's what this podcast is going to be about. I am going to talk more about my spiritual journey. It's not just going to be me interviewing other guests. I'm going to try to do more conversation style episodes too, because I don't want to seem like I know everything and I'm trying to teach you people and like you need to listen to me. No, it's not that. I want this to be an open space for people who resonate, where they can come and share their stories, and they don't have to feel alone, and they can know that they're not fucking going crazy, because you're not going crazy. Trust me, you're not. I mean, if you are, then we all going crazy, because what the fuck? But I think that's going to wrap everything up for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. You see, I'm used to streaming. I was about to say I'll see you, and then I'll talk to you in the next episode.
I'm just talking. Motherfucking mic is not on. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't gonna like do a discussion type thing, but it's a lot of things that I like. I did not listen to this before. I literally all the shit is already uploaded. It's on Spotify and shit, and I I literally just went on Spotify, downloaded the episodes, and then like went into CapCut, edited it or them so they could be in the video format, and then used it basically on Stream. I keep saying Streamlabs. I cannot wait to get my fucking setup back. Use StreamYard to just present the damn video. Um but I actually forgot a lot of that, like that I had talked about a lot of that shit in this episode. And it's funny how I was literally just talk like the energy is everything and everything is energy, and I was talking about the energy of death, and then brought up that same story. I did not realize how much I was reusing certain stories and shit, but that was interesting. But do I want to really like the food situation? I spoke about how like yeah, at the beginning of my awakening I had to stop eating meat and stuff. Um, and maybe and that it's like listening to that and then everything I have said recently is like I'm learning from myself type of shit. Cause I did say that at the beginning of your awakening, you may have to cut certain things out of your life and have to learn how to do this and learn how to do that. And that's exactly what I did. And now I'm like I just had some fucking chicken noodle soup. Well, it wasn't really chicken noodle soup. It was some shit. It was something a concoction I made. The shit was just fat though. Um, but I'm still able to eat meat now. Well, I can eat meat now. So maybe it was just the process of decalcifying my I can never pronounce that pineal gland, getting all of that old energy off of myself. Maybe that's like that was the process or whatever. Um, I also talked about this college dude in other episodes. Like I really went in depth into what happened. I don't really remember what episodes these was, but I definitely talked about it on Spotify. What the fuck is going on with my phone? It's like over here freaking like it's tweaking the fuck out. Interesting. Take you off the charger. You might be having a moment. Ooh, him kind of hot too. Yeah. Yeah. What was I saying? More info about that situation was like it's on one of them fucking episodes or something. Excuse me. But looking back now, I know that was a divine masculine. I know that that was a soulmate. I know that he was the catalyst to my awakening, because if I had not did what I did to him, I would have never awakened. And this is one of the reasons, like when I'm trying to coach other spiritual connections and stuff, I be telling people to pay attention. Like don't take people for granted, because man, to this day, like I've moved on with my life. It's not like I'm obsessed with this man or nothing, but like for people who are healed, I need you to understand like certain shit you cannot like right now. Basically, with my twin flame, I don't fuck with my twin flame. He ain't shit. He's a piece of shit. He ain't shit because he decided he wanted to stay stuck. I could not do that. I had to move on with my fucking life. But what I was the same thing I was telling him, I'm like, your best bet is to act right now. I know that you got, okay, you got money and so called got clout and you got this reputation, you got these people in your ear. All of that is not gonna be important when this shit comes back to bite you in the ass. And this is what I was trying to tell him, because it's not like I was trying to force him to be with me. It's just I went through the same thing and I didn't want anybody else to go through that. Because fast forward to today, this is somebody I met when I was 17. This is over 10 years ago. And still talking about this situation, it makes me emotional because I did not have to do him like that. But I was just so low vibrational. I could not fathom anybody wanting me for anything other than a sexual relationship. I did not think I was attractive. I did not think I was worth anything. So what I did is, because this dude had not approached me and basically acted like he wanted to sleep with me, I went and slept with somebody else because I thought that he wasn't interested in me. Whole time he just wasn't a piece of shit. He wasn't a fuck boy. He wasn't on no hit it and quit it type shit. But I was so traumatized that I did not realize that shit. I'm friends with him on Instagram. Like the last time I talked to him was about 4 years ago, but I wrote a whole ass essay apologizing because it really just like I don't know, it brought me to a point where some shit happened with a dude that I thought was my twin flame, which was my catalyst to the twin flame journey. So the dude that I'm talking about, the college dude, his name was Nas. It's not his real name, so I feel like I could say his name. His name was Nas. He was the catalyst to my awakening. Greg ended up being the catalyst to my twin flame journey. And some shit that happened between me and Greg, basically Greg did some bullshit to me. It made me look at how Nas probably felt when that shit happened to him. So what Greg did, I wanted to beat his ass too. Bitch. Anyway, he was moving out of the apartment. He was a roommate. He was moving out of the apartment, but he brought a bitch in the apartment to help him move his shit out. The bitch ended up being a woman, somebody I didn't even know he was fucking married, but it ended up being his fucking wife or whatever. And she knew about me, but it was just a lot of weird ass shit. And then it happened on Father's Day, and I'm still like, it's not that I'm not healed from the shit. But if anybody has ever lost a parent, you know you can't completely heal from that shit. And me and my father was best friends. I was a daddy's girl, like on some real shit. He wasn't always around because he was in the military, but that was my best fucking friend. So let me calm down. I'm not gonna cry. Father's Day, and Memorial Day and shit like that. And Veterans Day, it tends to be kind of hard for me. But this particular Father's Day fell like I think they all fall on the Sunday. Anyway, it was Sunday, and that was my self-care day, and Greg came over with that bitch, and it just I already hadn't seen him in forever, and then when I see him with this bitch, and I don't know, I had to suck it up. I couldn't just start crying and be emotional. So I'm trying to fucking do my laundry and shit and pretend like nothing is going on and nothing is happening. And it was just really fucked up. And then I went in my room, closed the door, and I'm like, is this what I did to Nas? Is this what I did to, and then I'm like, bro, no, like no, because ain't no, like, bro, I would hate me if I was him, I would hate me because that was something like that. Ooh, so I wrote him a whole ass letter trying to basically explaining I was sorry, and it took me years to realize shit and what I was going through as a child, and yeah, that was it. Like I haven't spoken to him since, and my part of my karma from fucking that man over is I will never not love him ever. There is nothing I could do about that, and that's why I was trying to tell Sean, stupid ass, my actual twin flame. I'm like, you need to do right while you can, because when I walk away, I'm not coming back. And when you realize that shit, regardless of how big and bad you want to seem now, these spiritual connections ain't no fucking joke.
When I walk away, I promise you that you are going to feel that shit in a way you have never felt that shit before. And he was on some, he could, oh, he don't give a fuck. He fuck bitches and lead them all the time type of shit. Fast forward to now, he is not doing okay. That man is not doing not no. He's actually doing the opposite of okay. I'm not gonna do like I'm trying. Excuse me. I've been trying not to like be in his energy or nothing recently. Like I spoke to him a few months ago. Like I was still kind of in contact with him, but I don't know. I just had this light bulb moment. I'm like, no, Sean, as he wants to stay stuck, and every time I reach out to talk to him, even if I'm talking to him like a friend, he is that's medicine for him. That's like feeding that drug for him, and he's never going to change. And no matter like I've let go of the fact that we will ever be a couple, we will ever have a family type of shit. But as long as I'm in his life, he's gonna feel like he still has access to me. He still got that light type of shit. So I decided to just not ever talk to him again. And like I said, I've moved on. And it is like I can't believe I'm about to cry about this. This is why I say don't romanticize twin flame connections. It was the most amazing thing it is when shit is going great. It is the best thing you will ever experience in your fucking life. But when the shit goes wrong, like I would actually, and this is probably coming from trauma, so I'm not saying this. I'm not telling people to do this, but I just feel like it's better to be with a life partner or like a hierarchy soulmate because the pain I experienced with dealing with Sean was the most pain I've ever experienced in my life, and I lost my father, a twin flame. Energetically speaking, is your soul in a different body type shit. And Sabibi, sure. Oh my god, bro, stop fucking crying. Anyway, to be betrayed by someone that just I don't know, like I wouldn't even know how to explain it. For those of you who have met your actual twin flame, you understand. It was just a lot of bullshit, and I know I have to love myself first, and he can't even love himself, so that's like I couldn't stay stuck to that situation. Um, But there is a light at the end of the tunnel for those of you who have lost your twin flame, or it looks like you are in the process of losing your twin flame. I ended up running into somebody that was like, and if I'm being honest, I would have never in my life ever thought I would love anyone as much as I love them because I'm like, this is my twin flame. Like, this is the top level type connection type shit, right? But he was slick with it, man. That God has set motherfuckers up. Ooh, shit. I was not prepared. And Sean was my twin flame, and we basically was the same person, both musicians, both gamers. Like we literally was the same person type shit. But I feel like with this soulmate, it's just better. Like I don't know, it shit just feels different. It don't feel so. I don't want to say low vibrational. It don't feel so congested. Like, and I'm not gonna really talk about this in this episode, but it was like that's why you focus on your own journeys and shit because shit happens in weird ass ways. Oh my god, I'm kind of emotional. I'm trying to stop fucking my eyeballs keep leaking shit, and then I keep hitting the fucking mic trying to wipe my eyes and shit. But I don't know, like it just feels better. It feels easier. And like what I was saying was, I felt like on some real shit. It was a lot of spell work being done on me and Sean's connection too. So that kind of hurt my feelings too. Like I was really mad at him because I'm like, I'm telling you what's going on and you just letting it happen. Like I could not get this man to fight for himself to save my life, and I had to come to the conclusion that if you can't fight for yourself, you can't fight for me. I can't be with you type shit. And that was like one of the most heartbreaking realizations you gotta like a motherfucker come to in one of these fucking connections and shit. But this other dude is like I met him before he got to a place that Sean was in. Like it's like all of my soulmates, Catalyst and all, they like share similar traits. They have done similar shit. And they was at different points in their life. Like Nas, we was the same age. He was like a year or something older than me. We was in well, he's a year or something older than me. Greg as though he was 11 years older than me. Sean, I think he's 6 years older than me. But this masculine actually ended up being younger than me, and I'm like, hold on, because we went from being old ass motherfuckers to when I was confused. I was just confused as hell. But the thing was, I had to catch this masculine before he got to a point in his life where certain shit came into play, because it was literally like the cycle was going to repeat itself. But really thinking about the situation with my twin flame, like the reason why these twin flame connections fail is because of outside forces, external forces. That's why y'all need to stop letting other people mind y'all fucking business, bro. Cause his bitch, a bitch that she was with because the bitch wanted his money. They was just together for fucking money, bro. She didn't want me in the picture. Like she was okay with him screwing around with other people as long as he appeared to other people that they was together. Like they could like they open relationship type of shit. But when she found out about me, she didn't like that shit. So she actually started paying for spell work against me. And she tried to take me out. Like she actually tried to end my life multiple times. It was and the reason why how I ran into this divine masculine is almost like the universe was even saddened by the fact that our twin flame connection failed, because they set me up. Oh, they set me up. I was not ready. I was not ready. Um That's why I said in the other video, I can't stand my twin flame because I don't hate him, but I hate that so much pain came out of something that could have been so fucking beautiful type shit. And it was all because, and now I'm talking shit because he wanted to be a lit bitch. I told him to fucking stand up for yourself. Stop letting this bitch say and do whatever the fuck she want. And it just blew me because I'm like, are you fucking stupid or are you stupid? He scared that she gonna tell secrets and shit. And I'm like, bro, who the fuck cares? She's ruining your life. And you scared of fucking secrets getting out and shit. First off, you shouldn't have been running around fucking around doing weird shit with that bitch anyway. And the same shit I told this current divine masculine. Stop trusting these fucking karmics so fucking much. Cause Sean was into some shit back in the day. I'm not trying to say this to out him because he's not bisexual type of shit, but he have done certain shit in the past from fucking trauma. Sean's been through a fucking lot, and I'm not gonna put all his fucking business on the internet, but he's been through a lot. And this bitch decided, oh, if you leave me, I'm telling everybody everything type shit. And he was fucking terrified to do anything. That bitch literally controlled his fucking life, and I'm like, you letting her control your life? I can't. No, you're not about to control my life. I'm not finna be on here. Let's not. I was just supposed to be literally touching on a few things regarding fucking my spiritual awakening, but this whole video was to get people to understand like why I act the way I act and why I have the perspective I have when it comes to tarot and when it comes to teaching people certain shit and when it comes to me being a spiritual advisor, why I think the way I think and why I act the way I act. I don't want people to be like, oh, well, she didn't read a few articles and she thinks she can do this and she can do it. No, I've been through a lot. I've experienced this shit. And for those of you that need proof, here's your fucking proof. I'm not a fake ass wannabe ass advisor. I'm not a fake ass wannabe ass teacher, and I'm not fake fucking inspirational. I real life went through this shit, and I real life would, if I could just keep somebody else from going through half the shit I went through, then I feel like I've done something that I'm supposed to be doing, type shit. But yeah, I'm kind of irritated, and I'm like, it just like I'm so disorganized now. Certain shit normal people would just never get it, and I am gonna say that before I end this. And so this video today was supposed to be about soulmates and shit, but I do want to say this, bro. Like I said before, first off, keep people out of your business. If you are in a spiritual connection, keep people out your business. Keep people out your business. Keep people out of your business. It's none of their business. And it's like I was telling this divine masculine, like I've told divine masculines in the past, these people that always got something to say about a spiritual connection, they cannot give advice on a spiritual connection if they know shit about spirituality. Because a normal, oh, that's my boo, that's my bae, that's my boyfriend, that's my girlfriend, that shit is nowhere near to what a fucking spiritual connection is. That shit don't compare, not even a little bit. My ways of breaking it down was, when you are in a spiritual connect, like when you're in a regular connection, you meet somebody and you like them because of their looks or whatever, or then you get to know them more, and then if you really like who they are underneath, like they skin or whatever, then you take it to the next level type shit. But within a spiritual connection, you experience the true person first. Instead of going through like the basic shit, you go straight to it, the advanced shit first. In a spiritual connection, motherfuckers just don't say I love you just because you say that shit in a relationship. Like, love has an actual meaning. It has passion behind it. It has intention behind it. If you in a spiritual connection with somebody and they say I love you, they are not just saying that shit to be saying that shit. They actually, truly, genuinely, like, and it's not from a human, like, oh, my heart and my feelings and my emotions are used to you, so I love you. No, that is their soul. The essence of who that person is in love with the essence of who you are. And normal people can't understand that. That's why they need to mind their fucking business. That's why I be getting so fucking mad when it comes to these spiritual connections. I be ready to fight people because, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, like, for real. And that's why I cut off that friend. Stop talking to that divine masculine. And she wouldn't even call him a divine masculine. Don't talk to that man. He weird. He dangerous. He this. He that. Shut the fuck up. I ain't asked you. Did I ask you? Did I ask you? Did I ask you? I don't remember asking you for your fucking input. Shut the fuck up. Because if you had so much advice about a fucking spiritual connection, you would have a husband, or you would at least be in some type of spiritual connection. Now, I'm sorry I got to get low vibrational like that, but don't come for me. That shit pisses me off. And it pisses me off so bad now because I've been through the situation. This is the third time. I am a tired bitch. And I don't know if I have this. I mean, I do. Like, every time I reach that point of like, maybe I can't take no more of this shit. It's like God always like, he give me a refill, or like um a reset type of shit. But man, a spiritual twin flame, soulmates, fucking life partners, all this shit, man. If you got questions, you need to go search for a real spiritual advisor, somebody that reads tarot and is actually intuitive to help you in that situation. Because fuck what your friends got to say, fuck what your neighbors got to say, shade, fuck what your coworkers got to say, fuck all of these people, because they don't know shit. Because if they did, they would be in the spiritual connection themselves. They wouldn't be caught in these karmic cycles and shit. And that's why I'm so very passionate about a lot of shit. And there is no way to be a spiritual person and to be, is the word, is it stoic? Or you just always like you don't got no fucking no. You're going to be passionate because shit makes it's your fucking soul that you're talking about. This is not no for play shit. This is your soul. And anyway, I learned a lot from all these connections that I've been in. I'm actually kind of emotionally exhausted because that just was a lot of like that was like I felt a lot of pulling on my heartstrings. This shit hurt. God damn. I fucking hate people. But keep like I said, I don't know everything and I'm still healing myself. Just keep people at y'all business. And to take it, that's why I was, oh God, it's just so much shit. It's like I so much shit that I need to talk about and explain because that's what the why I had started the How to Watch Tarot series, because knowing about like if a reader, if you just watch him read and it's like, oh, your divine masculine did this and your divine masculine did that, bro. How about you tell these people that you just saying shit out the side of your fucking throat and shit, bro? Because if you doing a reading, especially if you not like a twin flame reader or a soulmate reader or a divine feminine, divine masculine, you doing a read talking about your divine masculine that is not your fucking divine masculine. I hate when people be doing that shit. That blows the fuck out of me. That's why I got so irritated at tarot. That is a masculine energy that you picking up on and you just giving it the name of divine. That is not divine energy. My divine masculine now, even when he doing weird shit, that you a distorted masculine right now because you pissing me off. These motherfuckers be calling karmic masculines and karmic feminines divine, and it be fucking up people, making them thinking they in these high vibrational spiritual connections when they don't fucking know the difference. Oh, your divine masculine still sleeping with this girl in the background, but he love you. A divine masculine don't do that shit. That's nasty. The fuck no. The fuck, because when you are in a fucking spiritual connection with somebody, a real spiritual connection, you actually, the guilt will destroy you before you even get a chance to do that shit. I can guarantee you. Like it eats away at you. I could barely even flirt with people sometimes without feeling like I'm fucking going against some fucking vows or something. Like I feel so bad. So just pay attention. I'm finna get off here because I'm fucking rambling. I'm not trying to do that. Pay attention. Your own journey, your journey is your own journey. Like you can listen to other people and other readers and stuff to just get a look into the things that they experience to see if any of the shit is the same with you, and just help you learn from shit. But like it just goes back to that first video where it started all this shit. Why, like the truth about tarot. Get your own relationship with God, bro. Get your own relationship, your own journey, your own path. You are one singular, like, bro, everybody on this planet is different and they have their own shit they got to worry about. Stop trying to, like, no, it's impossible. Ain't no one size fits all. Religion is a fucking blueprint. A lot of this shit is the fucking the outline of what the fuck you should be doing, but it's up to you to take that step, that extra step to figure out what the fuck you supposed to be doing on your own personal journey. If you don't have a close connection with God, if you don't have your own relationship with him, you will never know. You will just be one of them Bible thumpers. Well, I am blessed and God loves me. And the Bible say, I hate the Bible say, bitch, shut up. Shut the fuck up for 5 seconds and maybe you could get a download on what God is telling you right now. The Bible is for those who are those almost lost souls, to help get them to the right side. And once they get on the right side, then that's the type of shit motherfuckers get sent to me. Because once you realize the basics of the shit, now I'm finna explain the shit in detail. The Bible is not for air like motherfuckers Christians running around. The Bible. Shut up, bitch. You still need the Bible. Damn. Like I'm not talking down on it because it is a very high vibrational tool. And like I said before, I mostly, except for this apartment though, damn near everywhere I went, I left my Bible in the damn shelter under my mattress. I was literally just about to say, everywhere I go, I have a Bible under my mattress. Not here because why I left it. And, yeah, but we talked about the energy and shit, and maybe I should have talked more about the energy of the Bible. I'm gonna get off here because I'm just ranting and I'm fucking rambling and shit. But if you found this informative, I didn't say that right on the first video. Let me shut up. Stop. I'm being very self-critical now. Let me calm down. If you found this video informative, if you found it entertainment, if you found me going through emotional turmoil entertainment, go straight to fucking hell. If you found anything about this informative, if this helped in any type of way, first off, I'm glad that I could be of help. Second, go ahead and help me out by hitting that like button and then hitting that bell icon so you be notified whenever I go live, upload a video, or post on my community board. Subscribe, all the other good shit. If you would like to join the discussion, just let me know. I believe my work email is on my channel. Also, you can just leave a fucking comment and contact me on any other platform, Quora or whatever, and we can discuss some shit. I don't judge people, but I do want to say when it seems like I'm judging people, that's because somebody didn't just tried me, and I'm gonna tell them about themselves. This is not, it's not a blanket statement of judging motherfuckers. It's just me coming for a singular motherfucker that's not finna play with me. Just don't take it personal. But I'm not gonna judge. The point of all of this is just to awaken more people, to get a lot of people to understand that yes, God does love you regardless of what the fuck you did in the past, regardless of how you was raised. Yes, it's possible to create a different life. Like, all of this shit is just, anything's possible. Like, really letting people see and really showing that shit, because people could say all day, oh, anything is possible, follow your dreams, chase your goals. No, I want to show you like the real raw uncut of follow your dreams. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do something. Realize that not everybody is meant for you. Realize that sometimes you could fuck up and allow certain people in your life that's not meant for you. It's a lot of shit, but to keep myself from ranting too much, because I actually just want to lay down and cry right now, I'm gonna go make me some coffee though. I'm gonna leave this video here. Protect yourselves from these karmic readers, and anybody, excuse me, because there's a lot of mucus in my fucking nose and shit now. But anybody in spiritual connections, what I can say is the more love you pour into yourself, the easier all of this shit is. Once you because trying to force your whatever counterpart we talking about, trying to force them into doing something or into a certain energy is not gonna do anything but hurt both of you. So focus on love, and the love that you want your partner to pour into you, you pour into yourself, and the energy, the universe just takes care of the rest for you. But I'm gonna leave this video here. I'm actually finna go cry, y'all. But that's it. Yeah, bye.
To know what it is. The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television.